Hey everyone, this is Rav Natan sitting with Matt Gleicher again, the guy, the masseuse of Jerusalem Massage. We mentioned in the earlier video that he wrote a book called Intention Touch, and we're just discussing now how incredible it is that massage, or what type of massage, the outcome of massage is rooted in your intention of when you touch that person, where you are as a person, where you are as a masseuse. Tell me more about that.
It has a profound impact on what your massage will be like, where you're at, what your intention behind it is, where your heart is at. And I like to talk about 4 different types of touch that I've learned in the past many years, that each type of touch actually corresponds to a different dynamic in our relationships, especially in a spousal relationship.
Okay.
So I talk about something called interface, which is a type of touch that gives a very clear, mutually supportive touch, and it makes it draws a very clear boundary between me and you, and both of us supporting each other 100%. So I'm not too dependent on you. I'm also not overly.
What do you call that thing?
That's it. Actually, that's when
you're leaning against.
When you lean against each other, and there's a very clear feeling in the body of what it feels like. So when you're being 100% supportive, and at the same time you have total feeling of self-autonomy, space.
Like my arm ends there, but I know that I'm supporting you.
Exactly.
We haven't become one.
And I'm also
and you're supporting me.
Exactly. We're both supporting each other.
Amazing.
100%.
So the beautiful thing that I think about that is marriage is so much that, right? People discuss with me all the time the verse of, and they shall become one, right? The man shall leave his father and mother, cleave to his wife, and become one. This is before you become one. Because people get mixed up and think that when you become one, it means that I am not I and you are not you. We have to always agree. We have to always have the same mindset, the same ideas. And that's not true. Because unless you are 2 separate beings, you can't choose to become one.
Right.
So this is like the step before that. I know that I am still me. I don't become Matt, right? But I know that I'm supporting him. And if I was him, I couldn't be supporting him because I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't clearly define who I am.
Right. And it's also very easy to feel when you're being supported and when you're not being supported in your body. There's a very distinct feeling to it. There's a very balancing feeling, especially a lot of times you can feel it right down the spine. You just feel, wow, like imagine a seesaw and
in the
what
middle.
you call the fulcrum in the middle that balances out. All of a sudden it just there you go, and there's like a feeling right there.
That's amazing because I hear over and over again in my sessions, I don't feel supported by my spouse. It might be like the one line that I hear most in a day. I don't feel supported by my spouse, and then the spouse goes, yes, but I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that. And to me, just bringing this idea in, it's like we're coming together to try and support, and one of the spouses goes like that, right? So they're coming in to support, but they don't have a communication of how would you like to be supported? Where should we meet on this issue?
Or they're overly supportive.
Or they're
overly extended. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And this brings it down like. It's visceral. It's like brings it down to earth in the most,
real way.
Real way, yeah.
Amazing.
Totally.
All right, so that's the first step of Intention Touch. We're going to give you some more a bit later.
There are more types of touch we're going to talk about.